Hundreds gathered in the streets of Lewiston, Maine last night, a town left in shock, holding a vigil for the 18 lives that were lost in last week's horrific mass shooting. One of those lives was Arthur Strout, a 42-year-old father of 5, known for his sense of humor and kind soul. He was playing pool when the gunman opened fire at that bar and restaurant. His family joins us now to remember his life. His father, Arthur Barnard, who was with him just 10 minutes before the shooting, along with Jesse, his sister, and Tyler, his brother. Good morning to all three of you.
Good morning.
So sorry for what y'all are going through. I can't imagine. Arthur, I'll start with you because you were with your son. And I'm a parent. I can't imagine what you're going through. What has that been like?
Wow. Okay. Just something that makes it hard to breathe, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Knowing that you were just with him.
Yeah, we were. Every time I'm in town, I try to call him, and he'll ask me to play pool. We've always done that. Neither one of us are real drinkers or anything. And I've been teaching him since he was 10. And he was on the pool team there, and he wanted to go someplace else, and I told him, let's go there because that's where your friends come. So we did, and played for a couple of hours. One of his friends came, this kid Justin, who is still in the hospital. He always seemed to show up when we were playing, but all of his friends that came in, Artie would just laugh and say, oh, now you got to play my dad, because he just always wanted them to play me. So I got to sit down and watch. And Artie was just this 6'5" goofball. Sorry.
Okay.
280-pound dude. And he was a goof and tough, and he was just a great kid. Mm-hmm. And at 42, he was still just he was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could just make you laugh.
Jesse, you said that to our producers. You said, you told him a funny story, because I can picture this. You said he would laugh so hard that it would make him drool, and then he would start laughing even harder. Tell me more about your brother.
Just like my dad said, you hear it from everybody who talks about anybody that they lost, that they were just a good person. But it's true. He loved his family. He loved his kids. He was there for anybody who needed him. It didn't matter, even if you weren't a family or friend. The kids all joke about how, when Uncle Artie would come over, and the first thing he would do is try to run and scoop him up for a hug. And it didn't matter which kid it was, because he was so large that he could pick any one of them up. And he would just squeeze them, and then we'd hear, Uncle Artie, I can't breathe. And they just, now we're trying to explain to the kids that it's okay that they ran, because now they're saying, I wish I didn't run from it.
Yes, my 10-year-old granddaughter said that the other day at the vigil, and it's,
Yeah. Tyler, I understand.
And then there's,
yeah, go ahead.
And then there's my oldest, who's talking about her last experience with a swirly from him. So they have fun memories.
And you have 3, right? And Tyler, you have 2 children?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Tyler, I mean, when you grow up with siblings, y'all know everything about each other. You shared beds, you had holidays together, and you fought, and you loved each other, and you watched your kids grow up, and you were at the hospitals when your children are all born together. Having a sibling is just an amazing experience, and to know that he's not around anymore, I'm sure, is just devastating. He leaves behind 5 children and a wife. Tell us about their situation, because it's not cheap to put your kids in school. I imagine they might have a mortgage, and we're going to put up at the end of this interview a GoFundMe page so people can help.
Well, he didn't have a mortgage, but they had bills, cars they owed money on. Um, he's got a daughter that, his 13-year-old daughter, who's going to be 14, and
On Halloween.
on Halloween, we're going to give her a party on Halloween, as we did our 10-year-old, my eldest daughter's kid, the other day, trying to keep some normalcy in their life. And she's got a couple of conditions. I'm not good on what they're called,
It's a skin condition.
but they're rare, and the medications for them were, sometimes up to $1,700 a month. And he was,
Wow.
I remember him, he's just always running. But, the thing about Artie was, I mean, if I couldn't be there for something, for someone in the family, it didn't matter what he was doing, he would stop and just step up.
Tyler, I'll give you the last word. What do you want to say about your brother? And I understand y'all had to wait, like 17 hours to find out if he was alive or if he wasn't alive, the agony that you must have felt. But what would you like to share with us?
So I actually just seen my brother literally 2 days before. He's always someone that I could go to and ask for advice. And I was actually just talking to him about my kids, because of course I got a 4-year-old, and, terrible 2s, terrible 3s, terrible 4s. Just my kid, pretty much, because I was horrible as a kid. So I was talking to him about her just literally 2 days before this happened. Just to get advice from somebody else, It's just, it's weakening, and then just all I've been trying to do is just making sure that his wife and his kids are all set, and running back and forth and calling 10,000 people, and so I'm the little big brother, because we're both the same height and pretty much the same size.
He was taller than you.
Until he had back surgery. He had back surgery and lost an inch. But so it's he's always just been caring. He's always, like my dad said, he's always been there.
Yeah.
No matter what. Anytime you call him, he's usually answering the phone. If not, he's calling you back in 10 minutes. Because he's probably dealing with his kids.
Yeah.
So yeah. Like the night that I even got the phone call, I worked for UPS, so I was stuck all the way an hour and a half away from here. Mind you, my house is pretty close to spare time, bowling alley. Couldn't even get to my family because blocks of it was locked down. So, and so that was a pretty traumatizing experience, because I couldn't even get home.
Yeah.
But I had a good friend of mine sitting there supporting me the whole time. I knew my family was safe at home, but at the same time, we didn't know where my brother was. We were searching for him. Everything, we got pointed to one place to another. And
Thought he was alive.
Thought he was alive. It was a really crazy night.
Until about 12:15 a.m., we were told that he was at CMMC. They believed that he was there. And then around 12:15, we found out he wasn't. So we went to the reunification center, and we waited there we probably got there 5 minutes later until 5:30 a.m. when they couldn't confirm that he was still at Schemengees. They could confirm that he wasn't a witness and he wasn't at a hospital. And then we had to wait until around 2 o'clock the next afternoon when they came to notify us that he was a victim.
I guess
that was in Schemengees.
I guess the hardest part for me was I knew where he was in the place, and he was about 20 feet from the front door. We were just right there at the front door, pretty much.
I'm so sorry for y'all's loss. So everyone at home watching, hug your children, hug your loved ones, because you just never know. God bless you all. Arthur, Jesse, Tyler, thank you for sharing these stories. You've made us cry and laugh, and we can relate to the stories of growing up with our siblings. So God bless your family. We would love for y'all to help this family. You can see the GoFundMe page right there on the screen. It's gofundme.com /Christy with a Y Strout and family. Christy Strout and family. Arthur Strout is survived by his wife, his beautiful family, and his 5 children, and he was only 42 years old. May he and all of the victims in this horrific shooting, there are their pictures, rest in peace.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.